Hey, welcome along to another episode of the Business of Hearing podcast. And I'm just going to get really tactical. And I want to talk about how you can turn every patient into a 5-star review. Like, nothing complex here, but it's the way that you do it, not specifically what you do. And that's what I want to dive into. Or to use the Bananarama, it ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. Now, here's the first thing we need to acknowledge. Not all 5-star reviews are created equally. And we're seeing this more and more with AI search. If you look at what they actually care about, it's not quantity, it's quality. And I think that's really key because we've all used these review systems, right? Automatically send a SMS message, a text message to a patient post-appointment, ask them for a review, allows them to hit 5 stars and post. And what you end up with is lots of 5-star reviews, but they don't really have many depth. They don't have an explanation. They don't have context. And in many ways, it's a metric that looks good when you look at the number, but doesn't really help the person searching other than the vanity metric to see any of the depth behind the review. And with AI search, we're seeing that they want the depth. They want the story. The story is what they see as the value, not particularly the number. So with that in mind, how do we get more in-depth, detailed 5-star reviews from our patients? And let's go a step further. How do we have every single patient leave us an in-depth 5-star review that has a story and context that is powerful? And I want to share exactly how you can do that. Because first of all, what do most practices do? Well, it's either they ask their provider to ask the patient, which is a little awkward, and I'll explain why it's awkward in a moment, or they use one of these kind of plug-in, systemized, automated review plays, which once again is a little needy. The puzzle we've got with the traditional route is we ask patients to leave us a review. Now that is weird because it's all about us. Like we're asking the patient to talk about us, pat us on the back, give us some form of vanity and appreciation. And asking for that feels weird because it feels a little bit self-loathing. And similarly, from a patient's perspective, to be asked that, it's like, okay, I'm leaving you as an individual a review. It just is a very, very odd dynamic in my view, is it's all about you. And we miss the point completely, which means that most patients walk away going, well, I don't, apart from like saying I've done it and now I've got some commitment and skin in the game to do it by making a promise to you. It's a bit weird. Yeah, I'll write a review, 5 stars. Dr. Smith was great. Like that's as much as you're going to get with that ask. It's awkward for your providers because it feels like they're making can you personally review me? Which is a little like giving someone a first kiss and asking for instant gratification that you did a good job. It's a little weird. And it's weird for the patient, right? Because it's all about you. They're reviewing you. It ignores everything else. Here's the quick flip of the script that will allow you to make a much bigger difference. Instead of asking the patient to review you, set up the narrative, set up the story. And if you said to the patient to say, hey, could you do me a favor? Patient will say yes. You say, hey, one of the challenges we have is many people who are unsure who to choose locally for their hearing healthcare needs. They often read Google reviews as one of the ways to determine who to go. Would you be able to, would you be open to sharing your experience of visiting us in order to help other people who are in similar shoes to you to follow in your footsteps? Like just that kind of narrative, that kind of setup where you're asking the patient to leave a review for the benefit of other people who are considering visiting you for the first time changes the game. Because first of all, the provider asking it takes the spotlight away from them. It's say, could you do something to benefit people like you in order to be more like you? It's an easy thing to ask. But from a patient's perspective, like you introduce a problem, you help them understand that they're the hero to solve that problem in this situation, and you give them the autonomy and empower them to go on to provide the answer to those people in order to be the hero. Like it changes the dynamics and you're going to get more of the outcomes that you're looking for. The best part of this is what do you get from the patient who's leaving a review now? It's no longer just 5 stars. Like they now feel a duty of responsibility, knowing what you're trying to achieve and knowing who they're trying to help. They're going to write a review with depth. And they're writing the review not for you. The review's not going to say Dr. Smith was amazing. The review is going to say, I visited ABC Hearing because I was concerned about this. I was unsure. I was a little worried about who to choose. I didn't know what to expect, but Dr. Smith put me at ease. The experience was great. I've achieved better hearing. I can now do this. I can now do this. If you're considering visiting ABC Hearing, highly recommend that you go. You're empowering the patient to give the depth, explain the story, explain their challenges, explain their objections, explain the outcome they achieved, knowing that they're writing it for the exact type of people that you want to read it. Like that instant flip of the script, instead of asking for the review for you, introduce the challenge and ask patients to help you solve that challenge, knowing that they're uniquely qualified in order to be the voice for the people that need to hear that voice. Like if you do that really well, it's going to completely change the game of how you collect reviews and empower more people to leave reviews. If you want to go one step further, rather than this being a one-to-one thing with your providers asking if they're uncomfortable to do that, post-appointment, rather than sending an email or a text message saying leave a review here, instead send an email or text message to say, hey, we've recorded a video for you, please go and watch it. The video is you saying the same scripts. Like, so thanks so much for visiting us. Wondering if we can ask a favor. One of the challenges that we have is many of the people who are looking for hearing healthcare services like ours are overwhelmed, unsure what to choose, unsure where to go. Would you be willing to share your experience in order to empower other people to follow in your footsteps and come and visit us? They're screaming out to hear from somebody like you, and it would mean a lot to them and a lot to us. Do it below, click the 5 stars, go ahead and write your review. Like if you can set this up to be automated and systemized, but you still get the purpose and intention behind it in order to achieve the outcome that you're looking for and help patients to understand why you're asking them, the impact of asking them, and who they're looking to support and help. But that is the simple flip on reviews that will allow you to collect more detailed 5-star reviews. Key emphasis on detailed. And if you do that correctly, you're going to get more reviews, more in-depth reviews, and the reviews that AI search really wants to see. The ones with story that address objection, address outcome. Do that well, that is going to change the game, my friends. But just wanted to share that with you. It's a short one. It's a snappy one. It's an action-focused one. And as always, go and do it. Make it happen, and come back for next week's episode, and I'll see you there. And there we have it. Another episode has come to an end, and I have a quick favor to ask. If you have found this helpful, then who do you know who should listen to this podcast? I strongly believe a rising tide lifts all boats, and right now, private practice needs to stick together to fight these big, gormless groups and these manufacturer-owned Goliaths that are looking to take market share from us. Consider who should be listening, pass on the word about the Business of Hearing podcast, and I'll see you again next week.